to the bold business owners and visionary leaders who are the true change agents. This book is for those who are driven by passion, committed to success, and determined to achieve it without sacrificing their well-being. You are the pioneers who are not only building impactful businesses, but are also redefining what it means to lead with purpose, balance, and heart. Our hope is that this book will play a small part in changing the business landscape for a better, more sustainable way of thriving in both business and life.
In 2019, James B. reached out looking for a different way, a better way. His business was at a growth set point. He'd grown in terms of revenue and clients, and he was feeling the pressure. It was affecting his ability to be present with his wife and young kids. He couldn't disconnect from work when he was with his family, and would always have his phone within arm's reach. He was in constant demand, feeling the need to answer calls at the dinner table, always listening out for the next thing that was around the corner seeking his undivided attention. Fast forward to today. James recently shared with us that his business has experienced an average 98% increase in revenue year on year over the 5 years we've been working together, with a profit increase. Now that's some serious growth in terms of a healthy revenue and profit, particularly considering he was already an established business. And we know many business owners who wouldn't shy away from those kinds of numbers. But the revenue and profit increase weren't the most exciting part of James's results. They weren't the thing we were celebrating the most. There is a deeper and more meaningful aspect to why this was such a huge win. James experienced this level of growth and no longer feels tethered to his business. He can leave work at work, empowering his team to step in and step up when needed. This gives him more time to go-karting with his son on the weekends, pick his daughters up from school, and have brekkie with his wife before work. Now, it's likely you'll have one of three responses at this point. The first is, gasp, what does that feel like? I want that. The second is, yeah, right, there is no way that could be me. My business is different, and insert all the reasons why it could be someone else and not you here. And the third, what's the big deal? There is nothing wrong with being devoutly attached to my business and missing out on life events. Whichever response you have, we want to remind you that achieving your next level of success is never just about external growth. It was evident from the get-go that a critical turning point for James was the work he did on his beliefs and mindset, unlearning his old ways of working, and redefining a vision of success for himself and his family. So when we think about thriving in business and life in the truest form, we think of James and the positive impact these shifts in perspective and ways of working had on his business, his family, his team, and his clients. You see, it's not only about the revenue results, but also about how you get there. And we wonder if the fact that you've picked up this book means that you see some of yourself in James's story. Maybe you're in a similar position to where James was. The numbers are good, clients and sales are on the rise, your team is growing, and yet somehow you still don't feel like you're thriving. In fact, you're too busy to even think about what thriving in business could look like because you're just trying to hold it all together. You're so busy keeping all the plates spinning and trying to get off Juggle Street, yet nothing seems to work. You also don't want to risk the success of your business and how far you've come by slowing down. Sometimes we need to slow down before we can speed up, and that's why this book matters. If you want results like James, keep listening.